I'm going to show you how to get the 2 new special Pokemon that evolve from Charcadet in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm also going to show you how to get Charcadet, how to farm the different items that you need in order to evolve them, and which ones for each version. So Pokemon Scarlet gets a Pokemon called Armarogue, or Armarogue, I mean. Sorry, I said that wrong. So Armarogue, and if I go to my Pokédex, we can see Armarogue right here, and it looks like this, and it is a fire psychic type. And here is what Cerledge looks like. Cerledge is a fire ghost type instead of fire psychic. Cerledge is a Pokemon Violet exclusive. So if you have Pokemon Violet, your Charcadet will only evolve into a Ceruledge from this process I'm going to show you. Whereas if you have Pokemon Scarlet, your Charcadet will instead evolve into an Armarogue with what I'm about to show you. But first off, more importantly, how do we get a Charcadet? So, okay, let's go through this whole process. Charcadet can be found in a bunch of places, but there's one place in particular that I like to go to for the first one, because the first Charcadet, there's a spot where you no matter what can get it. So here's the starting place, the Academy City, whatever, for after the tutorial. You're going to head out the western side of this, and you're going to head over here to Cortondo West, this Poke Center. And then from there, you're going to head north to this location right here next to these 2 icons right here on the map. Right when you get to this point, that's where you need to go to get an easy free Charcadet, but it's not the only one. Okay, so this location on the map that I'm talking about, this is right here. So what it looks like. So if you're here and you go to the northwest, there's this hole in the cliff face right here. And the very first time that you go here, there will be a Charcadet here. I've already caught that Charcadet. That's the one that I have. But this is a guaranteed freebie Charcadet that you can just catch as long as you don't defeat it. And then once you catch that, then you can see Charcadet and its habitat, which it shows its habitat is like basically everywhere, but then it says very rarely seen. I don't think I've ever seen a Charcadet, but I mean, I've only been playing for like a day or two now making guides, but it must be pretty rare because I've never run into one, even though its habitat is pretty much just everywhere. So this free one is really nice if you just want to get that one copy of it. But if you want more than that, your best bet is to eat some recipe there's a recipe for a picnic that will make a type of sandwich that gives you a buff that makes fire type Pokemon more commonly found. And I guess you would want to just run around with that on all the time, and that would therefore increase your chances of finding a Charcadet. So you could try that if you want multiples of the Pokemon that this evolves into. Once you catch this Charcadet, instead what you're going to do now is you're going to go to a different place. So from the starting town, to show you where this is at, you head out east and then you head north, and there's a river right here, and then there's Zapapico. Now, I don't know if you can get there without swimming or climbing. I don't know. I haven't done it myself that way. I already had those things when I went to Zapapico, but maybe you can just like jump across the river here or something, or maybe there's some bridge here that it doesn't show on the map. I don't really know. I just jumped across because I had all the stuff. By the way, if you want to know how to get all the abilities for your mount right out of the gate early game, I have an exploit video for that in the description of this video, where you can just cheese the game basically and defeat all the Titans with a very brand new Pokemon basically right after the tutorial. If you need that, you can do that to get a Zapapico, but maybe there's a way to just jump across or something. Anyway, I don't know. Either way, the main point I'm trying to make here is you got to go to Zapapico. There's an NPC here that you have to be able to trade with in order to get an item and be able to evolve your Charcadet into either Cerledge or Armarogue. Well, there's a problem with it. There's a catch to that. Depending on which version you are, you'll need one or the other of a type of an item. So you either have to farm Bronzor fragments, or you're going to have to farm Sinestry chips, I think it was. So those are 2 different Pokemon. Those are version exclusives, I think. And Bronzor is a little bit easier. Sinestry's, well, actually, they're both easy in different ways. Sinestry only has 2 spawns. So the Pokemon Violet version, Sinestry, you can find one way down here at the end game, but that's not the one you're going to farm. That one you have to have climb to get to, and they're like level 30 something. The other place that you can go instead is back over to Zapapico. Literally just outside of town to the east, if you're playing on Pokemon Violet, you can find Sinestries and just farm them for the Sinestry chips. I recommend just using Auto Battle if you have a Pokemon strong enough. It's a lot faster that way. And then you can do a thing where you kind of just rotate around, and everything just keeps respawning as you run around in a circle, basically, in a big circle. Or you can just come back and forth or have her set up a picnic and reset or something, whatever. But that's where you find the Sinestries. And then you'll have to beat them with auto battles or normal battles until you get 10 of the Sinestry chips. Or if you're on Pokemon Scarlet, then you need Bronzors. So Bronzors have a bunch of different spawns. You can usually often find them at these weird ruin-like locations on the map. But the easiest one to get to is very early game. So out of the starting Academy Town, you go east, and you head over here to South Providence Area 3. Come along this path and just drop down to this ruin right here, and then run around the outside of the ruins, fighting the Bronzors. If you run around the outside of the ruin, looking away from the ruins, it'll just keep spawning the Bronzors, and you can just farm them for Bronzor fragments all day, basically. And they're only level 14, so it's a very easy early game way to get Bronzor fragments. Once you have 10 Bronzor fragments or 10 Sinestry cores, depending on which version you're playing on, you're going to want to fast travel over to Zapapico West, or East, honestly. It's kind of between the two. Actually, I think East is even closer, but I'm gonna go from West to show you where it's at, because that's just like the way I've just done it. I don't know why. I could come in from either way. So this is Zapapico West. So from here, you're going to head over to the east and then down this ledge. And then once you get down this ledge, you can head over to this NPC right here. Now, it'll look different on each version. One's a boy and one's a girl, depending. This is Scarlet, it's a boy, and then Violet, I think it was a girl. And then you're going to talk to this person, and they say something along the lines, I'm a collector curiosity, a great lover of whatever Pokemon. So in my case, Bronzor, because I'm on Scarlet. It'll be Sinestry if you're on Violet. And then they'll tell you that they'll trade 10 of whatever fragments for whatever thing. And I don't have enough right this second. I'll have to go grab some. Okay, I went and farmed some Bronzors at the spot that I just showed you a minute ago. Since I'm on Scarlet, I need Bronzors. And now I can talk to him, and I should have enough. So 10 bronze fragments for it, Bronzor fragments. Give them to him, and he will give you, in my case, a set of auspicious armor. I think for the other one, it starts with an malicious armor or something. I can't remember. Oh my god, always open the map instead of the thing I need to open. Okay, so inventory, go to your bag, and then go over a few tabs, and there's other items. And you're going to go to the bottom of other items, and that's where you can find the item you just got. So I've already evolved my Charcadet into an Armarogue, but if I were going to evolve it, it's pretty simple. You just press this item, and then press A and use it, and then you would go down to the Pokemon and press A on it, and it will then evolve your Charcadet into whatever Pokemon, depending on what you just exchanged. So again, one last time, Armarogue is what you get for Pokemon Scarlet, and this is what the Pokédex entry for Armarogue looks like. In case you want to read this for yourself, you can pause on this for a second. And then if you are in Pokemon Violet, Sinestries will drop Sinestry chips, and then you can turn those in for a different armor, and that will evolve your Charcadet into a Cerledge. This is what the Pokédex entry looks like for it, in case you are curious about it. You can pause the video on this if you need to. But there you go. That's the full guide of how to get a Charcadet, get the items you need to evolve your Charcadet, where to turn those items in, and how to finish the process and actually evolve your Charcadet into Armarogue or Cerledge in Pokemon Scarlet or Violet.